So the UK is getting their central bank CBDC, just to shorten it, up and running, and it seems it's close because even the mainstream media has been promoting the digital pound like no tomorrow. So this past week, they've started to kind of push through on Reuters had it, the Daily Mail had it, Yahoo had it. There's a bunch of other mainstream media outlets that all had it about the digital pound is about ready to come out. It's about ready to be good. So when you do a search on it, though, if you do a little search on things like Google or Bing or even DuckDuckGo, yeah, in case you guys didn't realize, DuckDuckGo is now compromised. They're connected to Google, so find a different search engine. I recommend Brave. But if you do a search on those main search engines, there is a specific group, a website that keeps popping up called the Digital Pound Foundation. Now, for a website to get featured on the first page of these main sites, you have to have money, you have to be you have to have some type of connection with these groups in order to pop up on there. And so the Digital Pound Foundation popped up on the first page of all three of those search engines when I searched for it, or I just typed in digital pound and their website popped up. The DPF, for short, Digital Pound Foundation, DPF was incorporated in June of 2021, so it's actually quite recent, and they're already popping up on the front page. The DPF claims to be an independent forum supporting the implementation of the digital pound. Again, this is one of those small little groups that you may never have heard of, but the people that are involved in this thing are very, very important because they are controlling a lot of things. We'll talk about that. But they also said, the DPF also said, that they're contributing to its successful rollout and helping drive forward the UK's transition to a digital economy. So they said they're an independent forum supporting it, but then they go on to say that they're even further involved by their contributing to it and getting it pushed out. There is a guy by the name of Jeremy Wilson. He did a video on the website explaining what the Digital Pound Foundation is. Now, this dude has the personality of, I would say a personality of a brick, but that's probably going to be insulting to the brick. You might rather watch paint dry, but in this video, it's about 3 minutes. He says some very, very interesting things that we really need to pay attention to. So this is Jeremy Wilson, the chairman of the DPF. Check this out. Pay attention to what he's saying. It's very interesting.
The Digital Pound Foundation is a collaborative enterprise. It's focused on the introduction of a digital pound. Its members span the public and the private sectors, and its purpose is to act as a convening point for those who are engaged in the safe, secure, and effective development and introduction of this new form of money. Now, why is it important? It's important because any new form of money cannot be taken lightly. It is a rare occurrence at best of times. Even the credit card didn't have the enhanced capabilities that this has. So the world has become a global laboratory now, trying to understand the ramifications of this fast-growing phenomenon. Governments and private enterprises are developing something which will serve humankind better than any past or current forms of money. And this new form of money is only possible because technology is transforming all the interactions between human beings, which themselves need money. And money must therefore adapt to serve those interactions. Now, the ramifications of this will affect every one of us. It is unlikely that we will see a global version of this form of money until we have a form of global government. So nation states, regional governments, and private enterprises are also working on their own versions. And that's why we formed the Digital Pound Foundation, to help it happen in the UK. Now, the foundation has an important role to play, and good governance of that foundation is therefore of paramount importance. So the company has been formed, the Articles of Association have been agreed, And the founding members include those with deep practical experience in established forms of money and their mechanisms, those with technological competence to understand and facilitate the transition to this new form of money, government and public sector observers, and grounded visionaries who are able to translate what is possible into practical reality. Now, wider membership of the foundation is welcome. So in conclusion, we do not believe at the Digital Pound Foundation that we should underestimate what is afoot here. It will take time. It will need interventions at all levels of society, and it will need new government policy. It will need guidance on its practical implementation, and it won't go away. Now, that's why we formed the Digital Pound Foundation.
Oh, is he done? Sorry, I fell asleep. Okay. Again, I know it was a long video and maybe boring to listen to, but he said some very, very interesting things with this. The first thing I want to point out is he specifically said that these digital currencies, the CBDCs, will need a global government. So he's specifically said that the central bank digital currency, which will be the one world currency, will need a global government for it to work. So he already called for 2 pillars of the Antichrist beast system. We already knew this stuff, but he's confirming it. So it's very important that we pay attention to that. We confirm this stuff. Other things, he's talked about how this system is being developed and controlled by governments, corporations and businessmen, and technocrats. The technology, the corporations, and the governments. This stuff is all going to be controlled by them. Again, things that we knew, but he's confirming it. He's talking about a full-on confirmed group of technology, government, and corporation. So this is stuff that, again, is confirming, but he just called for 2 of the 3 beast system. Just wait until One World Religion gets involved, because you know it's going to be getting involved here soon as far as that goes. But okay, who is this guy? So far, we just got some old dude on there talking about stuff, tapioca pudding, I guess. But we got some guy on there who's talking about that stuff. Well, that is Chairman Jeremy Wilson, who is a former VP of Barclays Bank, who is a WEF member. Barclays Bank is a part of the WEF, and he is a former vice president of it. So he's got background in not only the WEF, but also banking and global banking on top of that. So he's involved. That's that guy. Then there's another person involved. Her name is Susan Friedman, and she's a part of Ripple. Ripple just became a full WEF partner in 2022, but has been a member as far back as 2015. So there's different levels to it. There's contributing people, then there's the members, and then there's the partners. Well, Ripple just became a partner. If you don't know Ripple, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all that technology, all that trading, all the platform, they're involved with that. And so Susan Friedman, who is a member of the Digital Pound Foundation and also a part of Ripple, is involved. So you got more connection to the WEF as far as that goes. Then, because there's more, there's always more. I feel like Billy Mays here, but wait, there's more. OxyClean.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist.
Not sponsored by OxyClean, just saying. But another guy is Gilbert Verdian, I think that's how you pronounce it, who is the founder and CEO of Quant. Quant is backed by, if you said the WEF, you're wrong. It's actually backed by the Rockefeller Capital, which is the Rockefeller Bank. Yeah, the Rockefeller is one of those names everybody knows. Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the people who control the world pretty much. Well, you got somebody who is involved with that. So there we go. There's also more. There's also member connections to Clifford Chance Law Firm and the service company Accenture. Oh, that's a name that I've said quite a bit. We'll get back to Accenture in a minute, but know that Accenture is also involved with the Digital Pound Foundation. But yeah, keep that name in mind. We'll be coming back to them. Another member of the DAPF is Avalanche, who is helping with the WEF's new Crypto Sustainability Coalition to investigate the potential of Web3 technologies in fighting climate change. Why do they continue to have programs that are about a paragraph long? Why can't they just come up with a simple name for this stuff? I will read it again. Everybody take a deep breath. We're going to need some air. Avalanche is also helping with the WEF's program, which is New Crypto Sustainability Coalition to investigate potential of Web3 technologies in fighting climate change. All right. So basically, you've got Avalanche that is a WEF connection, who's just doing crypto stuff along with Web3 technology. That's something to pay attention to. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm smart enough to explain what that is yet, but I am looking into it. And climate change, of course. It's always got to be climate change. Avalanche, this is also something I found very interesting. Avalanche also calls Web3 technology the multiverse. The multiverse. Very interesting. The multiverse, Web3, metaverse. They always talked about going to different dimensions. And then what's that movie? There's always movies that talk about a multiverse. Oh, that's right. Marvel. Marvel does a lot of multiverse stuff. And we just talked about how they like to do predictive programming and to desensitize people through entertainment. Interesting. It's a very interesting thing to call that. So it looks like the Digital Pound is rocketing towards a release, and you've got this group here, the DPF, who is probably a group most people never heard of. Points for you, cookies for you. There's cookies in the back if you knew who the Digital Pound Foundation is. I don't have cookies for you, I apologize. But this is a group nobody really knows of, nobody's really heard of, but they are firmly involved with pushing this stuff forward, like the Digital Pound. Also, His Majesty's Treasury, which is their finance thing in the UK, is currently preparing a place to place a head of central bank digital currency, and stated that the Digital Pound is not too distant from us. So they're getting their leadership stuff connected and hooked up. And it looks like KW, I have heard of that. Well, there's cookies in the back for you, KW.